Look at the cat over here, right? The cat is amused because he's seeing a flipped image of himself. Now, guess what? In multiplication and division inequalities, sometimes, not all the time, you will do some flipping of the symbols. When will you do that? You'll learn that today as we study one-step inequalities. All right, here we go. Now, so let's review once again the symbols we use. Don't forget that when we graph, okay, when is it an open circle? Open circle if what? If it is greater than or less than. Open circle if it's greater than or less than, because it doesn't include the number 3. It doesn't include the number 3. Now, when is our graph a closed circle like this, shaded closed circle? See that? Closed circle shaded only when you see the equal sign below. Greater than or equal, it goes to the right, closed. Less than or equal, it goes to the left, closed. Remember that. Let's try this first inequality, all right? A simple inequality. Let's do 3x is less than 12. Okay, so x wants to be alone. I need to get rid of the times 3. Divide by 3 on the left, yo. Divide by 3 on the right, yo. That cancels out. So finally, x is alone. X are the numbers less than 4. All right. So what are these numbers less than 4? You can name it. It could be 3, 2, 1, dot, dot, dot. Okay, let's check. Are you sure they will make it true? Okay, so 3 times 3, is it less than 12? 9 is less than 12. True. Okay, it works. Let's try the other one. How about 1? 3 times 1, is it less than 12? 3 is less than 12. Yeah, it's true. Okay, so we're all okay with solving for that. But the problem is, check this out. Now, they almost look the same, but guess what? The coefficient is a negative 3. So if you want to get rid of that, you divide by a negative number. There you go. Dividing by a negative number. Dividing by a negative number. So that cancels out. Therefore, x is alone. X is less than negative 4. All right? But what are the numbers less than negative 4? I could use negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, dot, 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 until negative infinity. Let's check. Will it work? Check. All right. So let's plug in negative 5. Negative 3 times negative 5. Is it less than 12? Negative times negative is positive now. It becomes a positive 15. Is it less than 12? That's false. Because negative 5 cannot be a solution. Let's try another number. Negative 3 times negative 7. Is it less than 12? Question mark. Question mark. So negative times negative is negative. That becomes positive 21. Is positive 21 less than 12? It's greater. So it's false. Everything is greater. So every time you encounter multiplying or dividing by a negative number, guess what will happen? X cannot be less than, x should be greater than negative 4. Only this will make it right. Okay? All right. So let's summarize that. Every time you multiply or divide by a negative number, see that negative number, you do the work, but at the end, you will have to flip the sign. The less than becomes greater than, and the greater than becomes the less than. Flip. All right? So remember that. Okay, so look at this. X wants to be alone. I need to get rid of u times 7. Divide by 7 on the left. Divide by 7 on the right. Cancels out. X. Bring down the sign. Less than. If you divide 308 by 4, get your calculator, you will get 44. So these are the numbers that will make the solution right. You could start with 0 over here. Use a 44. That's on the positive side. So not shaded because it doesn't have the equal sign. And to the left because the numbers are less than. These are the solutions. Okay, are we good? All right, so let's try the next one. X wants to be alone. I see a times. The opposite of times is divide. Divide by negative 1.5. Divide by negative 1.5. See, I'm emphasizing those words. Listen to what Ram said. Copy the sign. The x goes there. So get your calculator, 133.5 divided by 1.5 negative. The answer is negative 89. All right? But remember, there's a warning here. The warning, I divided by a negative. I divided by a negative, I divided by a negative. There's a warning. What will happen to the sign? The sign will flip. So x will now be, okay, adjust, flip it like that, negative 89. But you know what? Some kids don't understand that. They want the x to be on the other side. Oh, if I want the x there and the number over there, so let's adjust that. That becomes that becomes x here, negative 89 there. But when you do that, you flip that again. All right? So let's box that. What are the numbers less than or equal to 89? All right, negative 0 over here. Negative 89 will be on the left side. Put a mark, negative 89. Because it has an equal sign, include it closed. So it's shaded. Less than numbers goes to the left. Okay, so there you go. Got it? So we have the warning here. Warning because we divided by a negative. All right, let's look at this example. Think of the x over 8 as 1/8 times x. All right, so it's easier to eliminate the times 1/8. If you want to get rid of the fraction, remember this, we studied this before, multiply it by its reciprocal. See that? So what you do on the left, you do on the right. So what will happen here? This will cancel out. This will cancel out. Therefore, x will now be alone, greater than or equal to, multiply your fraction, 24 over 10. X is greater than or equal to 2.4. Okay, how would you graph that? What are the numbers greater than 2.4? You cannot list them all. Start with a 0. Positive is to the right. Write 2.4. Where is 2.4? I put a circle. Will it be closed? Yes, because there's an equal sign. It will be closed. It includes 24 and all the numbers greater than goes to the right. There you go. All right, the next one, multiplying by negative 3/4. If I want to get rid of multiplication by negative 3/4, remember the reciprocal again. So that's multiplied by 4/3, but the negative will still be there, times negative 4/3. Okay? So that cancels out, cancels out, cancels out, cancels out, negative to negative, positive. So y remains there. Okay, y remains there, greater than what? Greater than, let's multiply this. That's going to be a negative. You can put over 1 there. That cancels out, 1 and 15. 15 times 4 is 60, negative 60. All right, so you box that. So But there's a warning here. Warning, warning over there. What did I multiply it with? A negative. Every time I multiply by a negative, what will happen to the symbol? The inequality symbol will flip. So y is less than negative 60. All right. So what are the numbers less than negative 60? So start with a 0 there. Negative 60 will be on the left side. Shaded or not? Not shaded because there's no equal sign. The lesser numbers goes to the left. Okay, there you go. All right. Marisa buys a prepaid cell phone card for 25. The charge for a cell phone is 13 cents per minute or sometimes part of a minute. Write and solve an inequality to determine the greatest number of minutes that Marisa can talk. So, if you know 25, so X is always on the left side. So, $25 is over here, right? So, but you know that money, you cannot spend more than that, but you could spend what? Exactly 25. So your X should be less than. Okay. So what will you multiply X with? You'll have to multiply it with 0.13 because a minute is X. Okay, that's what you want to know. That's this one. All right. And 25 is that one. Okay, so solve for X. What do I do? Divide on the left, divide on the right, 0.13. That cancels out. X is less than or equal to 25 divided by 0.13. You will get a large number, 192.30. I rounded this. So look, the number of minutes you should use it has the greatest possible because of the equal sign. The greatest possible is 192.30. The minutes is the greatest. She can't go beyond that. She could go less, right? Because it's less than, she could go less, 190 minutes or 10 minutes or 100 minutes, but she can't go over here. This is the maximum. Okay, look at this. The R wants to be alone. Opposite of times is divided by 6.3 divided by 6.3. That cancels out. So what remains is R. R on the left side. Copy the symbol less than. So 45 divided by, no, 45.36 divided by 6.3, you will get 7.2. 7.2, but that's going to be a negative. All right. So this is a 72. That's not correct. This is a 72. That's not correct. This is 7.2 negative. This is 7.2 negative. Correct. So where are the numbers less than? Less than numbers goes to the right or to the left? It goes to the left. All right. And it is an open because it's simply less than, no equal sign. That's the correct answer. Next, Mercedes receives $25 gift card for downloading music. And how many songs can she purchase? She Each download costs 129. We did something similar to this. 129 M or music should be less than or equal to 25. All right? So what do? I will divide by 1.29 divided by 1.29 to know the number of minutes. M is less than or equal to 25 divided by 1.29 is 19, 19.379. It was just rounded to 19, right? So what is the correct answer? This one. Next, a high school coach needs to buy new athletic shorts for 15 members of the basketball team. The coach must spend less than 200. So the spending should be less than 200. Okay, that's the clue. And she needs to determine how much can be spent per pair of shorts. write and solve an equality. So 15 members will buy pairs of shorts. Okay, and we don't know how much that is, so that's the x. All right. So what do I do? Divide by 15 on the left, divide by 15 on the right, cancels out. X should be less than, you don't want to go beyond 200, so 200 divided by 15 is 13.33. 13.33. So let's see, the coach may spend up to 13.33 per shorts. Okay, the coach may spend more than, no, you can't do more than. The coach may spend up to 14. No, you can go over 14. Or more than, no, 14. So this is the correct answer. Last, okay? So 8.2W is less than or equal to 29.52. Okay, I want to get rid of u times divided by 8.2 divided by 8.2. That cancels out. W is less than or equal to 29.52 divided by 8.2, calculator, you'll get 3.6. 3.6. So you see that? This makes sense? Check. The arrow points to the left. So if you graph that, 0, 3.6 is positive, 3.6 here. It has the equal sign, so it's shaded. Less than means lesser. It goes to the left. Okay? So let's see. The arrow points to the left. Correct? That makes sense. The arrow points to the right, not you. There is an open circle. Is it open? No, we closed it because of that. So not you. There is a closed circle at 3.6. Yes, we did that. All right. So that's how you do one-step inequality with multiplication and division. All right. So remember, results is equal to action plus motivation. Good luck.